Welcome into the EMAW Online 2-minute drill. I'm Mason Voth. That's Alec from EMAW Online with Rivals. The Wildcats fall 34-27 to Texas at Bill Snyder Family Stadium tonight. That means there's now a 3-team logjam for second place in the league behind TCU, K-State, Texas, and Baylor, all with the same record. All those teams will finish off with playing each other next week. K-State in Waco, and then at the end of the year, Texas, their game after Thanksgiving on that Friday will be at home against the Bears. Texas also has TCU next week, and so you still like the Cats' chances to be that second team to Arlington, but some concerning things happened tonight, and we'll start with the K-State defense, which got shredded in the first half.
Yeah, it's tough when you give up 31 points in the first half. That's really, really tough. Bijan Robinson, I think, had over 150 yards in the first half. Obviously, that was a little bit inflated by a big 60-plus yard run, and then he had that 28-yard run for the touchdown on the opening drive for Texas. So a lot of it comes on those two runs, but that's what Bijan Robinson does. Kansas State knew that was a possibility coming in because Bijan's one of the best tailbacks in the entire country. He's a potential first-round NFL draft pick for a reason, but it wasn't just that. It was giving up explosive plays. I mean, Xavier Worthy has 2 touchdowns. One of them was just an 8-yard play, but it's one of those situations where K-State kind of got beat by Texas's stars for a lot of the night. I mean, Xavier Worthy, 2 touchdowns. Bijan Robinson had a touchdown. Jatavian Sanders had a really good game at tight end. And Quinn Ewers didn't have the most impressive numbers, but I thought he made a few throws in key moments for the Texas offense tonight, especially in the first half.
Absolutely. 2 of the other big things in this game, penalties, and I don't think it impacted the game, but the quarterback conversation afterwards will be fascinating. First off, on the penalties, K-State loses Julius Brents on the first drive of the game to targeting. It may have been the correct call by the way the rules are laid out. It's a bad rule. Obviously, people talk about there need to be changes to it, and it certainly impacted not only the way that K-State played because they had to put different guys out on the field for longer periods of time, and they were without an all-conference corner, but also I think it took the juice out of them immediately. They gave up a quick score. And then another big one, Phillip Brooks in the end zone on 4th down, no pass interference call, very easily could have been, and then little penalties elsewhere that K-State racked up a bunch of penalty yards and maybe some missed ones here and there. Pass interference, the refs struggle with. K-State committed one earlier in the game that went uncalled, so tough night for officiating. And the other thing that I would probably throw out there then is with the quarterback situation. They go with Adrian Martinez. He played really well tonight. The fumble at the end, things break down. It gets a little bit hectic, but it does have shades of when he was at Nebraska. And that interception before halftime, that's going to be the real killer.
Yeah, I think the one before halftime is maybe going to go a little bit forgotten because of the fumble that happened at the end of the game when K-State was driving. I mean, even if K-State doesn't fumble on that last possession, right, like they still have to march down the field and score. But the one right before halftime, I think, is really costly, Mason, because it allowed Texas to get in the end zone and increase their lead from 24-10 to 31-10. And that really kind of was a big difference of the game. And that's a quote Dabo Swinney, whose team got smoked tonight by Notre Dame. But winning the middle 8 is really important. And I actually thought that Texas probably won the middle 8 tonight because no points were scored in the middle or coming out of the second half in the first 4 minutes, I don't think.
Yep, so the Wildcats have to bounce back now on the road at Waco and then a road trip to Morgantown after before they finally get back here to Manhattan the Saturday after Thanksgiving to take on Kansas, who picked up another win today. So the Wildcats will finish things out with a pretty tricky schedule, but not as tough as some of the other teams left in the league. That'll do it for Alec and I from the stadium tonight. We'll have the full breakdown tomorrow on EMAW Online.